Welcome to cooking cheap, easy, and tasty meals. Okay, I'm going to make some banana bread with cinnamon chips. A little extra cinnamon flavor in a banana bread. I had 3 ripe, very ripe bananas, so I started with that. But to begin with, we add 1/4 cup of melted butter. One-quarter cup of pack-like brown sugar. 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar. And now we're going to whisk these together until they're well mixed. Basically, I'm creaming them by hand. The next thing we're going to do is add 2 eggs. Quarter cup of buttermilk. I think you could use milk, and you can probably also use sour cream or yogurt and get similar results. And then we're going to add vanilla. I'm going to guess what 1 teaspoon of vanilla is. That's 2, but that's all right. It won't hurt the flavor. It'll enhance the flavor, so it won't be a problem. So we're going to mix all those up. I don't usually like to mix the dry ingredients separately if I don't have to. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and about half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to put those in the mixture at this point rather than adding them later with the flour. I'm just breaking the rules is all. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Not baking powder. Now I'm going to whisk in the bananas. I think I'm going to use a spatula instead. Just make it easier to get it mixed in. Make sure I get the sides. Now that I've got it mixed that much, I think I will use the whisk a little bit. Make sure it's mixed in pretty well. All right, that's done. The next thing we want to add is the flour. And we're going to add 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup at a time. Now I'm going to try not to compress the flour as I add it in. There's the first cup. Here's the second cup. Now I'm going to go back to my spatula just to make sure I get the sides clean and the bottom, get it mixed in pretty well. Now to this, I am going to add 3/4 of a cup of cinnamon chips. I'm just going to guess about 3/4 of a cup. That looks to be about 3/4 of a cup. That should be close enough. I'm going to mix those in to make sure we get a good spread of the cinnamon chips. I'm interested, this is the first time I've ever used cinnamon chips, and I'm interested in what the impact on the flavor will be. I have a feeling it's going to be really good. Now, I've prepared a pan, just a regular loaf pan. I put a piece of parchment paper to act as the hammock to get this out easily. So I'm going to put this in here. Don't want to waste any of the flavor. So I'm going to try and get everything out of the bowl. Make sure I spread this out evenly. This is ready to go in the oven. I'm going to put it in a 350-degree oven, and I'll get it out after it's finished. Okay, this banana bread took 70 minutes in my oven. Between 50 and 60 was what I was expecting, but it took a full 70 minutes, And I don't know whether that's because my oven is not coming up to temperature or what. It's cooled, and I'm going to pull it out and set it on the cooling rack. Take the paper off. It's still pretty warm. I don't think I'll cut it yet, but let's let it sit for a little while longer. I want to be sure that when I cut it, I'm not making it dry out any faster than it has to. I'm probably going to freeze a part of it anyway, because usually if I don't do that, it'll be gone in a few days. I like banana bread. So does everybody else around here. In a few minutes, we'll come back and we'll cut it. We're going to cut the banana bread. I think I'll cut it on this end. Let's take a look. Oh, look at the little chunks of cinnamon throughout the bread. I'm going to take some of this butter, and I'm going to spread this butter on here. Take a bite. It's got the regular flavor of banana bread, but there's every now and then you just get a bite of cinnamon. Look at the texture of it. Let's look at the inside of it. See the little bits of cinnamon. A little butter. If this was toasted, the butter would melt better. Still looks pretty good. It's an excellent way, quite a change from putting nuts or chocolate chips, but it really enhances the flavor. Cinnamon and banana bread go well together. If you try it, let me know how you do. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and give us a like. Thank you.